Let's talk about Sex and the City's Carrie Bradshaw and her main fatal flaw, which is her complete and utter self-obsession. I've wanted to make this video for a while, but got completely sidetracked with a bunch of life events, so it's been a little bit since I finished the show, but I am still very fired up about my anger regarding Carrie.
Therapy, it's just so self-indulgent.
Carrie Bradshaw proves to be completely engulfed in her own life throughout this series. She's constantly seeking male validation, placing her opinions above others, obsessing over reputation and appearances, and making impulsive decisions. She often disregards other people's boundaries and is quick to point out the flaws in other people's relationships, but refuses to see her own. When given the chance to explore or indulge in one of these romantic connections, she's often seen completely disregarding her friends to do so.
You're at Biggs? You and I are having dinner tonight.
Well, he got this veal.
You blew me off for a piece of politically incorrect meat?
Take, for example, when she forces Miranda to bring Steve, her ex at the time, on a double date, and then tells her to leave the second Aiden touches her hand.
No, I think you can go.
I don't even get flan?
The thing is, if you don't leave now, then we're gonna have to end the night together, and we're gonna have to hug and share cabs according to neighborhood, and then I won't have any time alone with him.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. And can you take Steve with you?
She's often seen expecting a sort of grace or actions from her friends that she is not willing to reciprocate or not able to see within herself to reciprocate. Take, for example, when she forces Samantha to attend her party as her publicist and then completely trash talks her when she gets there and has a burnt face.
I wanted to be super fresh for the party.
Well, you are. You look like beef carpaccio. Veiled down, I think.
Some may say that she only seems self-obsessed because of the narrative of the show and how it's about her column and follows her life, but I completely disagree. I think there's so many different times where she showed her true colors, even going so far as to make Brady's baptism about her.
Amen.
I couldn't help but hope the water would wash away some of my original cynicism.
She often seems to believe that other people's boundaries don't apply to her, going so far as to invite Big, the man that she cheated on Aiden with, to Aiden's cabin.
I would never do this, but he's really hurting. Come on, haven't you ever had a girl break your...
She's most likely high in neuroticism as she's constantly trying to overanalyze and control her relationships, and she can't stand the idea of someone disliking her, even when it's for valid reasons, like her having an affair with Big while he's married.
I'm gonna scream.
Please don't, I'm only gonna stay a minute. I tried to call you at work, but can I have a sip of this?
Though her self-proclaimed personality traits make her seem like she might be high in openness, and she most likely views herself as someone high in openness, I can't help but mention the strange way that she's often repulsed by Samantha's sexual behavior and descriptions, even going so far as to shame Samantha for these things.
How does that work? You go to bed one night, you wake up the next morning, and poof, you're a lesbian?
Oh, Samantha, do you kiss after a blowjob?
No, she just signs the delivery slip and sends him on his way.
Even though she's supposed to be this exploratory sex columnist. This makes me wonder if she's so sexually liberated and she wants to become an expert on sex and dating, why is her knowledge and her openness to gain more knowledge on this subject so lacking?
Oh, whoops, it's a girl. Try again.
It's okay.
Of course it was okay. I was in Alice in Confused Sexual Orientation land. I realized that politics had not only entered my bedroom, but my bathroom as well. And I decided then and there that my bravest political act would be to tell the truth.
As I said before, another major flaw in Carrie's character is her expectation of her friends to offer endless support despite her often unsupportive reaction to their problems. She often expects them to be there for her at the drop of a hat.
Why should I pay someone when we can talk for free and then go get a drink or whatever? I don't need professional help. I've got you guys.
But repeatedly judges them for their actions instead of offering support. And this is despite the fact that her friends, besides a sometimes refreshingly honest Miranda, are often supportive of her even through her terrible and impulsive decisions, like having an affair with Big.
Don't you want to judge me just a little bit?
Not my style.
When her friends have legitimate problems, she always finds a way to steer the conversation back to herself or make the problem about herself in the cringiest way possible.
You are bullshit. You and your bullshit cheer me up bagels. They're just a decoy so you could talk about Aiden. Look, you didn't even bring cream cheese.
I often wish that we had seen more about Carrie's upbringing or her life prior to the beginning of the show, anything to do with her parents or her home life, but we don't really have much to reference off of. I will say another one of her main flaws is that she has very low self-esteem, which she often covers with an inflated ego.
God, that was awful. I can't believe that there's a person in New York who could hate me that much.
Take, for example, her clear satisfaction that she does not try to hide whatsoever whenever she's called the hot one in comparison to Charlotte in Las Vegas.
No, I don't know how to play the game. Let her do it.
No, get the hot one.
Yeah, I want you. You're my lucky blonde. Blow.
Even though Charlotte is her friend and she knows that she's going through really big confidence issues after her divorce with Trey. These last two things get under my skin more than anything else, and the first one is her complete disregard for other people when it comes to cigarettes. She does not care where she smokes, and if someone asks her not to smoke somewhere, which is a very reasonable request, she either completely ignores it or gets extremely annoyed and acts very bratty about it.
Carrie! Hey!
Hey,
No smoking cap.
sir, we're talking up the butt. A cigarette is in order.
I feel like this example in particular perfectly sums her up as a character because it shows her impulsiveness and her self-centeredness. Her insistence on smoking even when asked not to shows that she prioritizes her own comfort and her own habits above the consideration of other people. This behavior shows a lack of empathy or thoughtfulness for other people, again reinforcing that Carrie often places her own needs or her own desires above even social norms. Carrie does whatever she wants, even if it's at the expense of other people, and she often only becomes aware or apologetic about this once the damage has been done. Now, this last flaw might be personal preference, but I cannot stand her over-the-top infantile screaming. I honestly believe this is just another good example of her complete disregard for other people and her belief that she does not have to adhere to social norms because she's the main character. Overall, Carrie is self-obsessed, insensitive, inconsiderate, and frustratingly shows little to no character growth throughout this entire series, even though she has countless opportunities for betterment. And that's it for Carrie's flaws. Let me know if there's anybody else you'd like to see a character analysis on.